A $1 million lawsuit brings new allegations as Detroit police try to find out who hid the bodies of 11 infants in the ceiling of Cantrell Funeral Home.
A widow claims the funeral home also mishandled her husband's burial. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig talked to Raymond Cantrell II and joins us live tonight. So Kim, what's his response to this lawsuit?
Well, Alan and Glenda, Mr. Cantrell says he really can't comment on the lawsuit because he says one of his former employees actually handled this family and worked with them. And when it comes to the mummified remains of the fetuses that the medical examiner is now trying to identify, Cantrell says they had to have been hidden in that false ceiling long before he arrived in 2017 to run the funeral home founded by his late father.
I believe they all happened somewhere in that vicinity of 9-10 years ago. That's my feeling. I don't believe anything like that occurred, definitely during the period of time that I was there.
Raymond Cantrell II talking about the bodies of the 11 babies that were found in the false ceiling of the funeral home he once operated. And today, the Wayne County Medical Examiner said they are working with local and state officials to identify the remains of the 11 fetuses, but they are mummified and they'll have to rely on records from the funeral home to positively identify them. The chief medical examiner says they are working quickly, but that the process could take weeks or months. And in another development involving the old Cantrell Funeral Home today is a $1 million lawsuit. A woman named Kathleen Bronner accuses the funeral home of botching her husband's burial. The lawsuit accuses the funeral home of failing to store his body properly and then telling Drury Bonner's widow that his body was not fit for an open casket. They then had to cremate Mr. Bonner, and the family says instead of cremated remains, they were given some unknown substance. It was just 6 months ago when state inspectors forced the Cantrell Funeral Home to shut down after they say they found deplorable conditions, including decomposing bodies. And as the medical examiner tries to identify the fetuses and police try to find out who actually hid their bodies in the funeral home, Raymond Cantrell II said he would absolutely talk to detectives if they called him. But so far, he says, he has not been contacted. Reporting live in Detroit, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
The answers need to come.
Absolutely.
They need to come.
Answers for the families, and hopefully they come soon. All right, Kim, thanks for that live report.